Alright, welcome back everyone. In this quick video I just want to show you the cruise control relocation solution that I didn't create it myself. It was mostly created by other people. I just implemented on everything on my bike. I'll put the link down to the description of this part, which is the 3D printed part that holds the button, or the two buttons. In my case I did a small modification to it so that it can hold two buttons, because the original cruise control also works with two buttons. There is the guy that created this design has an Thingiverse where the STL files are shared, and the great thing is that it even includes all the connectors and the buttons that are needed for this to work. For example, this is from, the buttons are quite, well, you could use whatever buttons you want, you just would have to adapt the design. These are the buttons that I used, the same ones as the original creator did. This is a test print just to show you some of the features. So the only thing I did originally, this had some protrusion here on this side, and I removed that to have a flat surface to print from, so it's printed on the bed like this. And then on this side I just added some extra material so that I had more room in between the two buttons, so there's a button here and button there, just to hold the wires. When you screw in the wires, because you turn them around, make sure to wind them up the other way before turning the buttons in, because otherwise you will be stressing the wires too much. But that's what it looks like. But a great solution, and this like pattern here is in place because on this assembly you can see at the bottom, well, I'll make it visible for you. There, you can see there is this system in place that accepts accessories. I'll use this one just for contrast, but you just slide it in place. And then you have a button up here, up front, and also a button in the back. Well, in my updated design, also a button in the back. Of course, since the STL files are available, you can adapt this design to whatever you like. For the wiring, yes, the thing that took most of the time for this project was like sourcing these connectors. These are also described in the I think that's the package of them, but I had to source them from Amazon, and they ship directly, drop shipping from China, because my normal supplier, the response was I would get them like literally in August 2023, so literally a year from today. That's how crazy it is in automotive parts sourcing apparently. Normally these should cost like 2, maybe 4 euros a piece. I eventually had to pay like 20 euros for the set. Luckily it came with the thermals and everything included, but still that's at least double the price of what it should go. Like you see, I have the bare wire here still. I'll show you in a minute the connector. If you are looking at the bike, if you remove this panel, then the connector is over here. It's the connector that goes from this switchgear down, and then it enters through the triangle there in the frame. Of course, there is an old triangle there, which I will have to put this wire through. This is just a USB cable, so the convenient part of USB is that it has data plus min and power plus min, so it has 4 wires, which is perfect for what I needed. Behind this, I'll show you are these two connectors as well. So it's EST and then GWPF. I believe that stands for something with waterproof. A note on that, important note, is that it's a waterproof connector. Like it has this this blue backing piece that's like rubber that seals pushed in connectors, and then inside you also see like that blue sealing rubber that keeps moisture out. But of course that only works if you have all the pins populated, and I noticed that at least on my bike Energica left out one of the pins. You'll have to check and measure with a multimeter what wiring the colors can change. Even you don't have to open up this assembly. You can just measure on here with ground reference and then just press one of the buttons, and as soon as it beeps, yeah, that's the wire for that button. In my case, after this connector on the bike itself, on the Energica bike, it goes all to purple, I believe. The row that has only 3 wires connected. One was brown for ground, and then green was the cruise control plus, and the blue one that you can see on this row was the set plus connection. So those are the ones that I tapped into here. I'll tape this up so that it's nice and strong, but for just for filming purpose I haven't done it yet. So those are the 3 wires that I plugged into, and then the other wires I believe are for the kill switch, which is also on that side. Yeah, so those are just a pass through, so I didn't touch these. Let's quickly dive into whatever is inside there, and then I'll show you where these two have to connect. So like I showed in the other video, if you have these and these two removed, you have to like push it into that direction for the tap on that side to be released. And then the wires that we're interested in are so this is the one, this small one. Loosen up, well, just disconnect and put this one in between, and then you can route the wire underneath here through the frame from this triangle, and then of course leave enough room. Like this, there has to be enough slack here. Well, it's like this, but on the other side. So through that triangle here, and then make sure it's loose enough so that you don't stress the wires when you are full lock, and just route them on the other side through the adapted switch. That's it. Thanks for watching.